What's going on, YouTube? So, look at me. I'm sitting in the garden pose for an extended stretch, perhaps 10 minutes or more. And so, look at what's going on. My elbows are pushing my knees apart. And so, I'm getting a stretch in the groin area, the hip flexors. And also, I'm sitting deep. And so, I'm arching my back. And therefore, I'm getting a stretch there in the glute area, knees, ankles, hamstrings, and then here, very important that I remember always to push my wrist down so that I get a stretch there. And so this stretch is awesome for someone like me who's always jumping around doing crazy exercise. And after today's glute workout, it feels really good to sit here. And so today's topic is, so then we're not talking diet then. And so that came to my mind after some conversations with a few friends, and always we talk about diet, and this is what goes on, right? We talk about diet, we get into the conversation, right? And someone says, I gotta lose some weight. And then we talk about losing weight, and they go, yo, I don't want to deprive myself. And so right there, I never thought about it. We jumped out of the topic. Immediately, it hit me so we're no longer talking about weight management. We're not talking about weight loss. We're not talking about weight loss measures anymore. Because deprivation means, not having, not satisfying my desires, not satisfying my pleasures. To deprive oneself is to hold someone back from what they want, from what they desire. And so then once someone says, I need to lose some weight, I'm tired of being overweight, and then we start talking about dieting and ways to diet, and they say, well, I'm not going to deprive myself, then we're not talking about diet anymore. And that freaking hit me, because so many times I find myself getting into conversations, even I did it. It's I looked back after that happened. I looked back and I said, man, how many times did I freaking talk diet for hours probably at a bakery? We're sitting having freaking treats, donuts and everything, talking about diet. And you got to do this. And yeah, 3 times a week. And then, after that, you have to do this. And freaking just spewing methods to I guess psychologically rub each other off or play games with each other. I can't figure out what we were doing. But so many times after the meal, after everything, we'll go order, we'll stuff our faces, and then we'll go somewhere for the dessert. And it was diet. We're having a conversation about diet. It's almost is that freaking neurotic to do that? To actually talk about something while I can't even explain what the hell that is, because it's almost really bizarre now when I'm centered and I'm really thinking clear about these things that we do. And so, man, what else can I add to this? Because it happens all the time. It's even with exercise, I need to exercise, someone says, right? Oh, yeah, but I can't find the time. So then we're not talking about exercising. We're talking about not exercising. And as far as diet is concerned, if, I need to live a little, sorry, I need a social life. And so I need to satisfy my pleasures and, I need to enjoy food, then we're not talking about dieting. If that's the case, then it's very clear. I need to make it so clear to myself that when I'm talking about weight management, that it's weight management. Because if it's weight management, then I can have cake or whatever I want, and I'm cool because I know what's going on, and I'm not gonna freaking allow myself to fall off. And so therefore, there's no need, for instance, if I went out and had a piece of cake, I'm not gonna say, oh, I need to lose weight. I'm not gonna say, oh, I need to join the gym. I'm cool. I'm gonna freaking do all the things that I'm normally doing, and I'm gonna stay on the path that I am on. And there's no reason for me to bring up the diet conversation whatsoever. I haven't brought it up at all. For years, people bring it up. I talk about it here because it's reflection. Is for me to like freaking solidify all of this, because I think it's a great concept to not diet fix the programming. And so to also recognize that when someone says, I need something sweet, I gotta have something sweet, that it's not them talking, that it's the cultural stuff, the traditional stuff, the patterns that turn into a habit to always have dessert. And so they're used to having dessert because that's what happened to me. And so I automatically crave the sweets after certain meals. I noticed it, and I still notice it, but I don't have it, and I catch it. So it's important to understand, is it really me talking, or is it my culture talking for me? Because I'm so used to it that I gotta have it. And so then maybe this is the reason why regret hits, that after we eat dessert, we wake up, we're feeling awful with ourselves, because the true self says, look, this is not really good. But the desired self, the one from yesterday, said, hey, live a little. Life's too short. And then the next day, regret. So then I'm looking at these things that we do, and I'm saying, I try to put something together a little earlier with neurotic or something, because there has to be an element of that we're not thinking straight or can muster up the reality of what we're trying to do. Look, I'm trying to manage my weight. So what the hell am I doing talking about, not depriving myself? I need to enjoy. And so then I'm not talking about weight management no more. If I can't take out an hour to freaking go to the gym, and I'm saying, oh, you know what, I don't have the time. All these fitness influencers, they freaking go crazy trying to explain how important exercise is for us. Arnold Schwarzenegger says, you make the time if you have time for this or that. And he goes into great length about it. But I thought, look at what he has to do for us that automatically come up with the idea of, oh, I don't have the time. So wait a minute, then what's the problem? Or what's the concern? Like, I'm trying to figure out that why was I, or why are they asking the question that I need to exercise or engaged in it, if their answer is going to be, well, I don't have the time. Like, I'm not putting the two together properly anymore, because my new head is fixed in such a different place that I can't understand that anymore. Like, what's the place to say, oh, I need to diet and exercise? What's the point? That after that statement, when the solution comes my way, I say, oh, I don't have the time. Oh, I'm not going to deprive myself. Life's too short. So then we're off the topic. And so that hit me, man. Some guy freaking sent me a message. Yo, how do I get rid of my beer belly? I told him, look in the mirror and get serious. That was my answer. And allow the seriousness to be so serious that the seriousness itself calls the shot and changes for you. Not that you change, because you can't, because you're culturalized. The tradition is going to come in and slap you right in the neck on Friday, because it's Friday and you need to enjoy, and life's too short and it's your birthday, and that's going to freaking come in and slap you. So you need to look in the mirror and get really serious. Like, take off your shirt, look in the damn mirror and say, what the hell did I do to myself? Look at this beer belly. Because I couldn't tell them, well, you got to cut out the beer, because I know the answer. Oh no, I got to have my beer. And the truth is, you can. You can have beer and you can diet and you can have a beer, but you just freaking, there's a whole big package thing to look at when it comes to just the beer belly. You just go, oh, just give up the beer. I mean, I can't repeat that stuff because it's kind of, how many times have I said that? How many? 1,000? Oh, you gotta cut out the beers, you gotta cut out this. No, that doesn't work to say that. You gotta look in the mirror and say, oh my God. And you get so serious that the seriousness immediately, you don't have that dessert or that you don't reach for the refrigerator that second. You just don't do it. You go, oh my God. And you make an immediate change right there and then. Not, oh yeah. Right there it happens. And then when you wake up in the morning, it's just like everything all of a sudden appears different. And you freaking go out and you freaking find yourself automatically in the store buying fruit, buying vegetables. You're freaking maybe throwing stuff out from the refrigerator, but naturally, because the seriousness, it hit so freaking hard that you got no time. And so you see, oh, I'm not gonna deprive. That's not there. Oh, it's Friday. That's not there. Oh, live a little. That's not there. You're serious. You're really serious. And so, God, man, this fucking chat is so intense. And so I'm going to stop here because I never want to go past 10 minutes, and I did. And so anyway, for now, keep whatever conversation straight. I'm talking to myself, really. Be straight with what you're talking about. Don't divert when you're talking about diets or you need to enjoy. No, that's separate. You can enjoy still while maintaining a healthy body weight. You can have beer, all that stuff, while maintaining a healthy body weight. You can freaking do it all. You just gotta figure it out through seriousness. And anyway, until the next chat. Catcha!